जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम, भारत माता की जय। स्वागत है आपको ऑन द फौजी शो। टुडे वी हैव विद अस वेरी स्पेशल गेस्ट, कैप्टन भूपेंद्र जोशी सर। सर, थैंक यू सो मच for accepting our invitation. It's an honor and a privilege to host you on your channel. And इस वीडियो के माध्यम से हम बात करेंगे आज टीएटी पिक्चर्स के ऊपर कि कैसे एक टीएटी पिक्चर पे आप स्टोरी लिख सकते हैं। हम शुरुआत करेंगे इस चीज से कि वीडियो में कि टीएटी में आपको क्या-क्या ध्यान में रखना चाहिए स्टोरी लिखने से पहले, फॉलोड बाय फ्यू एग्जांपल्स जिसमें हम 4 से 5 टीएटी पिक्चर्स को डिस्कस करेंगे हर प्रकार की, सिंगल कैरेक्टर, डबल कैरेक्टर, नेगेटिव पिक्चर। सो ये वीडियो एंड तक देखिएगा और अपने दोस्तों के साथ लाइक, शेयर, सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा। भूपेंद्र जोशी सर और जो काफी एस्पिरेंट्स को गाइड करते हैं एंड उनका जो कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल्स हैं हम उनको डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल देंगे। सर अपनी खुद की भी एकेडमी चलाते हैं, यू कैन चेक इट आउट। Other than this, sir has years and years of experience as a psychologist in many SSB boards across the country. So stay tuned and keep on watching.
तू चलता जा, तू चलता जा, तू चलता जा, तू बढ़ता जा, तू बढ़ता जा, तू बढ़ता जा, तू लड़ता जा, तू लड़ता जा, तू लड़ता जा, तू बढ़ता जा, तू बढ़ता जा, तू बढ़ता जा।
Sir, thank you so much.
Thank you, Simrat. Can I give my introduction?
Yes, sir, definitely. Please.
Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon to everybody. I am Captain Joshi. Did my education from Sainik School, Riva. Thereafter, joined Navy. In Navy, almost I served for about 34 and a half years, out of which about excluding the training period, I was at sea navigation direction specialist. I was a pilot also in the Navy, but had a ejection and got grounded due to medical reasons. And thereafter, the Navy gave me an opportunity to do a technical officer course or the psychological officer course at DIPR Delhi. And for last about past 17 and a half years, I had been posted in all the naval boards you talk of, whether it is Visakhapatnam, Calcutta, Coimbatore, Bangalore, and Bhopal. And now I have settled in Bhopal. And thank you very much. Let us see what you can get from me, something good on
Great.
psychological procedures.
Always a pleasure to host White Tigers on our channel, sir. So, for those who don't know, I think sir, Sainik School Riva के students को White Tiger बोलते हैं, if I'm not wrong.
Correct, correct.
है ना
You are
sir?
right. Absolutely. We are white tigers.
Yes, sir. ग्रेट। सर इस पे क्योंकि आज का वीडियो हम थोड़ा टीएटी के ऊपर बनाना चाह रहे हैं, सो व्हाट इज सीन इन अ कैंडिडेट जब वो 12 पिक्चर 12 स्टोरी लिखता है, व्हाट इज द मोटिव ऑफ टीएटी?
Motive of TAT is to just find out that actually TAT is a test which is coming out of your subconscious mind. Now, whatever you have experienced in your life, whether you are coming for NDA the past 17 and a half years or whatever 18 years, or you are coming for a graduate entry starting from 21 years to 25 years, whatever your experience had been in your life, being at home, being in hostel, yeah, jo bhi. For example, I'll just tell you one example. Like say, you have to travel by train. You are a graduate student and you have to urgently travel by a train. Waiting list 1, not confirmed. You go to the railway station. The TT tells you, okay, give me 500 rupees and I'll confirm you. Practicality, what will you do? The boy who says, I will travel by general coach is accepted in the defense services. The boy who gives a response, I will give 500 rupees and travel in style. probably his moral values are not correct. And that is, moral values are the one which are checked first. Thereafter, coming to your social adaptability, how you adjust in the environment, how do you behave with, along with your peers, seniors, that is the cooperation, and of course, whether you are able to withstand your mental and especially the mental stamina in psychology, whether you are able to withstand that mental pressure when you are under stress, when you are told you have to work for 12 hours and do this job today only, or if you even if you are appearing for IIT and you say, okay, I have to finish this chapter today only. So mental stamina, and while maintaining your mental stamina, your livelihood. So these are the basic 5 qualities. They are checked very thoroughly. If you are found anything lacking in these 5 qualities, and all other qualities other than these 5, there are total 15 qualities, other than other 10 qualities can be trained in the academy or trained when you are whilst in being service for first 5 years. Whether you talk of effective intelligence, reasoning ability, your organizing ability, um, initiative, confidence, all these can be trained. But these first basic 5 qualities, if you are not found lacking in this, whether he is a GTO or an engineering officer or a psychologist, he will never stop you going to the academy.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच सर फॉर दैट। सर एक चीज और मैंने जो नोट की है कि सर्विंग ऑफिसर्स जो यहाँ ऑफिसर्स डूइंग साइकोलॉजिस्ट कोर्स बहुत कम होते हैं, ऐसा क्यों? मतलब ये इज इट अ मिसकंसेप्शन या जीटीओ और इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर मैंने काफी देखे हैं जो ऑफिसर्स, लेकिन साइकोलॉजिस्ट इतने कम क्यों हैं?
Simrat, there are 2 things to it. For doing a psychology course, they check your record when you went for your SSB.
ओके
And till the time, if you have not been given an high average marks or that high average rating by the psychologist when you went for SSB, you are not given a course. And secondly, DRDO is our parent organization. In DRDO, DIPR per se, Defense Institute of Psychological Research, they have their own psychologist. So you will always find only 1 or 2 Fauji psychs in one board, while there are about minimum 3 civilian psychologists. So the
ओके
ratio, when you see as per ratio, you require 4 to 5 GTOs. So all service officers. While psychologist, and we generally as a Fauji, we do about 2 months course in DIPR and about 3 months of our practical training. And of course, with experience, you develop. But a civilian psychologist who is an MA or MPhil in psychology, probably he has got more value than us.
ओके ग्रेट। सर को कुछ टीईटी पिक्चर्स हैं जो मेरे पास हैं, तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि अगर हम उनको डिस्कस कर सकें। पहली तो पिक्चर सर जो स्क्रीन पे एस्पिरेंट्स आप सब भी देख सकते हैं, मैंने सर के साथ भी शेयर की है। पहली पिक्चर है जिसमें एक लड़का है, सिंगल कैरेक्टर मेल, और वो स्टेयर्स पे नीचे जा रहा है। सो ऐसी सिचुएशन में जहाँ पे कोई स्टोरी का थीम, मतलब आप कुछ भी बना सकते हो। नाउ दिस इज ओपन टू न्यूमरस इंटरप्रिटेशंस। वो कॉलेज जा रहा है, स्कूल जा रहा है, काम पे जा रहा है, खेलने जा रहा है, जिम जा रहा है। तो ऐसी सिचुएशन में व्हाट शुड बी द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द स्टोरी?
सिमरत, देख, टीएटी की पिक्चर जैसे ही फ्लैश होती है, द कैंडिडेट has to see the background first, and then thereafter he has to see the characters, because background के हिसाब से ही वो अपने हीरो का प्रोफेशन चूज करेगा, उसी में कुछ प्रॉब्लम डालेगा, प्रॉब्लम के बाद उस कुछ एक्शन लेगा और फाइनल एक पॉजिटिव आउटकम और रिजल्ट आएगा। दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। नहीं तो जनरली बोलते हैं, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल जो आपने मुझे पिक्चर बताई कि एक लड़का लेडर से नीचे उतर रहा है, करेक्ट। अब इसी पिक्चर को एक नॉर्मल कैंडिडेट क्या लिखेगा कि बहुत अच्छी पढ़ाई कर रहा था, एग्जाम देने जा रहा था, उसने सब कुछ सेल्फ प्रिपरेशन किया, ये किया। Now his exam can be written exam for UPSC, his exam can be SSB, his exam can be IIT, JEE, his exam can be UPSC to become an IAS officer. But उसमें ना तो प्रॉब्लम कुछ आई, ना वो पिक्चर में रहा, सिर्फ उसने एक लाइन से स्टेटमेंट डाल दिया कि ही इज कमिंग डाउन ए लेडर। तो ऐसी स्टोरी को हम लोग या तो न्यूट्रल स्टोरी कहते हैं या जनरल स्टोरी कहते हैं। अब इसी पिक्चर को इमीडिएटली आई एम मेकिंग ए स्टोरी। से फॉर एग्जांपल ही इज अ डॉक्टर in a hospital and it's a two-story hospital. He has recently joined as a dean. Then he realizes that there is a problem that patients are facing, or the relatives of patients, that if he has to travel 2 floors up, there is no ramp, there is only one lift. So he makes a ramp so that even if the patient is not very serious, or even if serious, he can be taken in a wheelchair or on a stretcher to the top floor or the first floor if he is being admitted there. Even if you're in a school, a principal joins as a new officer, and he sees that there are special children in the school, but since there is no ramp, we can make a ramp. So there has to be a problem generated. There has to be some reasoning ability required to solve that problem with logical solution. And once you achieve that target, and if it is helping your community, society, or the country, that is what we want.
ओके, ग्रेट। एंड दूसरी पिक्चर पे आते हैं सर। दूसरी पिक्चर है जिसमें एक थोड़ी नेगेटिव पिक्चर है, जिसमें एक हॉस्पिटल का सीन है, एक डॉक्टर है, पेशेंट है, एंड एक डेड बॉडी है। एक डॉक्टर है, वो किसी फैमिली मेंबर को कंसोल कर रहा है, जो देखने में लग रहा है, एंड एक बॉडी है। अब इस चीज में काफी स्टूडेंट्स हो सकते हैं जो पर्सपेक्टिव होता है कि पहले तो इसको कोई ड्रामा दिखा दो या स्किट दिखा दो, और कुछ बच्चों का पर्सपेक्टिव होता है कि इसको मतलब एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रहे कि बॉडी है, दे आर सेइंग कि वो सो रहा है, या मतलब उसको कुछ और नॉन सीरियस प्रॉब्लम है एंड वो ठीक हो जाएगा, घर चल जाएगा। और फिर तीसरा है जो एक्सेप्ट करते हैं स्टोरी को, एंड देन दे शो जर्नी ऑफ द फैमिली मेंबर हु इज बीइंग कंसोल्ड। तो व्हाट शुड बी, लाइक इट इज वेरी कॉमन डेड बॉडी की स्टोरी, सो what should be the approach in this?
Simrat, the first two approaches or three approaches you mentioned, if somebody is totally avoiding that dead body, that is called avoidance of a stressful situation. मैंने पहले बोला ना stress. Now it is a stressful situation. You are seeing a body, and of course it's a body because वो पूरा उसके चेहरे पे पूरा covered है, correct?
बिल्कुल।
अब यदि कोई बोलता है कि he is a doctor, he gets a call, he is a cardiologist, goes to the hospital and save that man or a woman, and family is happy, they are thankful to the doctor. Again, what are we showing you? We are showing you a dead body, so you have to accept that there is a dead body. पहली चीज। Secondly, please, whether it is an 18-year-old boy or a 25-year-old, the last chance of a boy who is coming for SSB, my advice is please do not say demise of my brother, father, mother, not very close relative. But if you say he is working in MNC and he gets a call from his father that grandfather who is 92 years old and he expired because of a natural cause, or grandmother or somebody who is at least about 85 and above, so then it doesn't go in a negative category. Now once you reach hospital, doctor has already told you that I am sorry, old age, and there was a trouble. Now you as a hero, you have to convince, since you are working somewhere, or even if you are a postgraduate student or somebody, why don't you go in for organ donation? At least, except for heart, which if not taken out within half an hour or so, but rest all organs can be taken out within 4 hours, especially eyes to 6 hours. When you say organ donation, he convinces his father, talks to the doctor, and gives life to 4 people. Father get convinced, then once the organ donation is completed, gets the body home, do the rituals, keep consoling family. 13th day, perform the whatever function, that Tervi wala function, and keep in touch with all those people who had got the organs, whether they are happy or unhappy, or whether they are working fine or not. So what has happened? You as a hero, you have sent somebody to heaven who has achieved his edge or who has lived his life. Secondly, you have thought of something social cause. You have taken initiative that father को convince किया. Again, ये सब convince होने के बाद आपने जो भी rituals थे वो सब perform किए. And still you are keeping in touch with those who have got the organs because you wanted to see whether the donation has been successful or not. This is how you have to write your stories.
Okay, that's very interesting outlook.
What did you say? It is good or?
It is very good, like very interesting, like uh, because I've seen many candidates पहले ही मना कर देते हैं कि नहीं नहीं वो तो सो रहा है या वो तो
हाँ,
रेस्ट कर
correct.
रहा है, मतलब बिकॉज एक वो है ना सर कि एसएसबी इज ऑल अबाउट पॉजिटिविटी एंड आप नेगेटिव मत सोचो, एंड उसके चक्कर में दे like refrain from writing such things.
I will disturb you for 10 seconds.
Sir,
See, there is nothing called positivity or negativity. Picture सबके लिए same है. Correct? अब कोई लड़का यदि उसमें नॉर्मल फैमिली पिक्चर जहाँ पे मदर फादर एंड देयर इज अ बॉय और अ गर्ल स्टैंडिंग, नॉर्मल पिक्चर है. बट यदि कोई लड़का लिखता है कि ओके, नॉर्मल पिक्चर लिखता है कि द सन वांटेड टू डू और परस्यू म्यूजिक आफ्टर हिज 12th, but father is not convinced. Father says you have to become an engineer. Mother is in support of him. Mother and the son, they both meet father, convince him, tells him give me 2 years, don't worry. And then finally he pursue his passion in music and becomes whatever he learns, good sitar or whatever he wanted to learn, guitar, and he is a good musician now. But कोई और लड़का यदि ऐसा लिख दे उसमें कि father is an alcoholic and he is not helping everything. So this is the negative thought that candidate is getting. And that too, I told you, it is the own experiences which comes out in subconscious mind. So picture was same, but the response was different. जो कैंडिडेट अल्कोहलिक फादर के बारे में लिख रहा है, he is thinking, he is writing positive कि mother and son are convincing him to leave, and the father says कि yes, I was wrong, I have left drinking. His result is positive outcome. But what is happening there is he has introduced a negativity. That is what is not accepted.
बिल्कुल। Sir, आप इतने years of service as a psychologist and now you're training also people. Which is the most memorable or bizarre story which you have ever read?
Uh, most memorable stories, one positive and one negative, I'll tell you.
बिल्कुल sir, बिल्कुल।
One very positive blank story one girl had written. She was actually she was a philosopher kind of a girl, and she wrote a story about the difference between white and gray color in her blank story.
Wow.
And to be very frankly speaking, she gave an example. What is white? What is gray? Pigeons are white, pigeons are gray. But what is the personality difference between a person who likes white and the one who likes gray? And that was amazing to read.
Did
Iman.
did you recommend her?
Yeah, sure. She was
Oh, great.
recommended. She was recommended. See, we want originality. And these similar, there are few boys and girls who don't take any coaching. They don't watch any YouTube videos. They just get up from their bed and they come for SSB. But uh, percentage maybe only 0.1. But those 0.1 probably they are always in SSB marks. They are always in first 2, 3, whatever we assess in that session.
Okay,
They
for
get more
originality.
originality. And this originality is seen by entering officer also, a GTO also. They will have brilliant ideas. Actually, they have brilliant ideas. But the percentage, because otherwise there are a lot of boys and girls, they come to SSB again, getting up from bed, but again, don't know anything. And their percentage is almost about 80%. And that is why, to be very frankly speaking, that is why I started though all those who have time, they can spend some amount of money. I'm not charging much, some amount of money. They can come, at least they know what is going to happen to them in next 4 or 5 days. At least they are prepared. Otherwise, and their percentage is almost about 80%. Balanced? Yes.
And it's a negative story.
Negative. Again, blank story.
Okay.
There was a boy, went to the hostel. He got bullied. He wrote all his sexual experiences in the blank story. Trust me. You asked me one example of extremes. You asked me. Otherwise, I was not going to say all this.
Great. Sir, do you think girls perform
And he,
better than the
and he
boys?
was and he was not recommended.
Of course, sir. Sir, do you think girls perform better than the boys in SSB?
Probably girls are better organized.
Okay.
So if somebody's organization quality is better, so they definitely perform better.
Okay.
I am yet to see, if you take, say, for example, NDA batch. Very soon, the hybrid batches are going to come, wherein boys and girls, they will be called for SSB together. Right now, we have separate boys coming and girls coming. So if I say example of NDA batch, which is supposed to be the prime. They are most highly motivated. They do preparation also, everything. NDA boy and NDA girl. We start in the reverse sequence. SD. A girl will write at least about 8 to 10 lines in all 5 paragraphs.
Okay.
The boy will write not more than 4 to 5 lines.
Okay.
SRT. 90% of girls will complete all 60, or at least 45 and above. 100% 45 and above. But if when I compare to the boys, there'll be only 10% who will be completing 60 SRTs. There will be boys who will be completing only 50% will complete only 30 to 35. And balance 40% will remain between a figure of 35 to 50.
Okay.
So obviously, WAT, you will see the girl who has done a preparation, she will definitely prepare her SD and go. So whatever word she has left in WAT, she will just write the word and turn over the page and complete her WAT, and all you will find again 90% girls have completed all 60 WATs, while the boys, there'll be at least the best boy who will pass also will have at least 4 to 5 blank WATs. And फिर TAT में तो मैं बोलूंगा नहीं.
Okay, great. And other than this, any difference in personality like you have seen, like which helps them girls perform better, other than organization skills, like probably that they have better clarity of thoughts and they are much better, as in like boys are aggressive or like something like that, if which you have noticed.
This aggressiveness in boys comes, or the, I'll say the frustration, aggressiveness, or the short temperness, they come only when the boys who are graduates.
Okay, not in school guys, not
Not
school
in
boys.
school. School
Okay.
में see, school में यदि कोई होगा ना, the percentage is very less, and you will immediately catch him that he's short tempered, he doesn't listen. See, as an NDA or a T entry, we give some kind of leeway to the boys.
Okay.
He is young, probably he has come out of the house for the first time, or probably even if he had stayed in hostel, he might have got a lot of pressure that he has to perform in sports, he has to perform in academics, everywhere. The parents are pressurizing, the teachers are pressurizing. There, even if the boy shows some kind of aggressiveness or some kind of impatience or some kind of not following the rules, especially that is what sense of responsibility, we generally ignore to some extent,
Okay. Okay.
because for him the training is for 4 years, and 4 years जब वहां पे डंडा पड़ेगा तो अपने आप सुधर ही जाएगा.
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल सुधर
And
जाएगा.
but while for a graduate whose training is only for 5 months or 6 months, if he is showing all these kinds of qualities, and generally these qualities are unpardonable for a graduate entry. There is a difference between assessment of a +2 candidate and a graduate, or I'll say a graduate or a postgraduate candidate. Also a candidate who has done his graduation or post-graduation 1 year back, doing nothing, sitting at home, or even if he's working, where he's working, all these things, that there is a difference between assessment pattern, I will say. I will not say ki we have different criteria. Criteria are same, those 15 OLQs only. But to somewhere to these guys, we can give some leeway. For these guys, we want them to be, if not perfect, at least on the track. They are running on the track. If not like Vande Bharat, at least they should be traveling at a super fast.
Okay, sir. सर कभी ऐसा हुआ कि you found a candidate who is not fit for armed forces because आपने उसकी साइकोलॉजी में कुछ नोट किया जो इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर whereas interviewing officer and the GTO they passed him or her in their domains, so ऐसा कभी हुआ and then what happens in conference?
बहुत बार होता है, and it is not only psychologists.
Okay,
There is a veto power given in the conference to all the three assessors.
okay,
Those 5 qualities I told you, know, social adaptability, cooperation, sense of responsibility, liveliness, and courage. Courage cannot be checked by me or by interviewing officer, so that is a JTO's domain. But balance 4 qualities. If I find a boy or a girl lacking or showing the qualities that are undesirable, so we have a veto power. He might be cleared by other 2 assessors. But if I say ki, as a psychologist at subconscious level, I have found that this boy has a tendency to go against the authority or ask questions, irrelevant questions, or he is a I man. Even if he is going for a war and if he says fought with the team and finally he says I got the Mahavir Chakra when he write its story, तो भाई तेरे साथ जो लड़े उनका क्या हुआ? उनको भी तो कोई चक्रा दिला पहले, तू अपना महावीर लेने के पहले. I factor, and of course the social. When it comes to family, never. The boys, they have a normal tendency. He was a socially from a poor family background, but he wants to study. He's doing a part-time job, and when I PIQ is available to only interviewing officer and a psychologist. So when he writes like this, and I open up his PIQ and I find father is working income 1 lakh rupees, mother is also working income 50,000 rupees, then very
okay.
socially, and he will not stop here. He will write in 3-4 stories. So obviously there is a problem. In some stories, when you write depression, nervousness, and you're putting somebody else in problem. My friend was very nervous. He was depressed because he couldn't perform well. He failed in some exam. Then you're motivating him, making a schedule for him, teaching him. Obviously, what is happening? Liveliness. You're putting somebody else in trouble. So whenever I find problem in this, courage I can't check, but any problem in these 4 qualities, definitely I say I will not recommend this boy to go to academy.
Okay. सर टीटी पिक्चर्स पे थोड़ा वापस आते हैं.
Okay.
एक पिक्चर है जिसमें देयर इज अ मैन हु इज पॉइंटिंग टुवर्ड्स अ बॉय and he is slightly in an aggressive mode with a female who is standing in front of him. So इसमें what kind of stories do candidates write and it can get both ways. Like इसमें क्योंकि facial expression इतने clear मतलब नहीं है तो इट कैन बी पॉजिटिव कि ये मेरा लड़का है, ये अच्छा कर रहा है, ये मेरा लड़का है कुछ करता ही नहीं है. मतलब वेयर डज इट गो स्टोरी?
जब कुछ करता नहीं है तो गलत बात हो गई ना.
ओके, हाँ.
Now see, this picture is either for a girl candidate also and can be for a boy candidate also. For both
ओके,
of them.
ओके,
Correct. Now, actually, I have replied to this picture earlier also. Same thing.
ओके,
You, if you can recollect, the boy wanted to pursue music.
ओके.
Father is against. That's why father is telling mother, "I don't want to listen to you." But then, got it?
Got it. And what is the girl's perspective in this?
Girls, now a girl makes the mother as a hero.
Okay,
Sarita was mother of Mohan. and Mohan wanted to pursue, say, BCom. Father says you have to pursue engineering. Same story can be formulated in both the time. And negative story, I told you, the father is getting angry after drinking alcohol in the evening. Correct?
बिल्कुल.
So both sides of the coin.
Okay. सर एक ये बॉय और गर्ल पर्सपेक्टिव का आपने बात किया बड़ा अच्छा. एक आपने पिक्चर है जो मैंने आपको भेजी है कि अबाउट शादी मैरिज है. तो
Correct.
उसमें उसमें गर्ल्स पर्सपेक्टिव क्या होता है? आई एम क्यूरियस.
इसमें जनरली बच्चे पता है क्या स्टोरी लिखते हैं जनरली. They were lovebirds in college,
ओके.
working together, convincing parents and getting married.
ओके.
Different caste भी डाल देंगे, कुछ भी कर देंगे, whatever.
ओके.
Again, it becomes a neutral or a general story. There is no action has been involved in this. Correct. So now whether you are a boy or a girl, as a hero, you become a younger brother or a younger sister of the bride or the groom. And now you organize their marriage function. So what has happened? You have taken an initiative to organize. You are confident to do that function. Correct? You probably you will start from invitation card to inviting relatives, making arrangement for their accommodation, transport, talking to the caterer, having haldi, mehndi function, their decoration. So see, in those 10 lines, if you write all this, you know what has happened? Out of those 15 OLQs, except for courage, I have got all 14 LQs on the positive side. So that's why that picture, whether you are a boy or a girl.
ग्रेट. सर एक चीज मैंने और देखी कैंडिडेट्स में. सम कैंडिडेट्स दे आर रियली गुड like to talk to and they're a good person in general, but somewhere their powers of imagination is very less. They're not able to express and they're not good. The writing skills are not that good because, as you know, हमारा education system doesn't promote writing as a career or as a hobby even. So what can a person do if he has he's weak in writing stories and he's not able to imagine that thought?
Simrat, you had asked me two questions in this. One question was on imagination, and one question is on writing skills. Correct?
Sir.
So as far writing skill is concerned, I'll tell you, out of those 15 OLQs, there is one OLQ called as power of expression.
Okay.
Correct? Till the time, whatever you are writing, and if as a psychologist, if I can understand it, okay, what you want to convey, your thoughts, it is perfectly acceptable to me.
Okay.
The definition of power of expression is that the way you can express your ideas or thoughts to make somebody understand. So whatever you're writing, if I can understand it, make a meaningful outcome out of it, perfectly fine. Yes, the problem comes in one sentence as if there are 5 spelling mistakes or Ram she ban gaya ya Sita hi ban gayi, wahan problem.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it, sir. Got
But
it.
this cannot be ignored. But if you can express in a plain, simple sentences, ki what do you want to convey? That's why we say If you cannot express your ideas in English, you are permitted to write 1 or 2 words, 1 or 2 lines in Hindi. कई बच्चे जो आज की जनरेशन है, उन्होंने अपनी जिंदगी में टांगा कभी नहीं देखा है.
Okay.
There is a picture of an accident between a car and a tanga.
Yes, sir, I've seen that.
Correct.
Sir.
बच्चे उसको वो हॉर्स कार्ट लिखते हैं या
Okay.
कुछ और भी लिखते हैं. We accept it. क्योंकि
Okay.
हमको मालूम है उन्होंने देखा ही नहीं है. कई बच्चे कैनन नहीं समझते हैं. वो यदि हिंदी में तोप भी लिखते हैं तो वी डोंट से कि भाई इट इज गोइंग अगेंस्ट यू. Till the time you are able to explain to me कि what you want to convey, perfectly fine. Now coming on to the imagination part. Imagination के लिए सिमरत ऐसा होता है कि till the time you don't open up your brain, if you stop observing the things which is happening around you, your imagination will never improve. इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे बच्चे से क्वेश्चन पूछता है कि ओके बेटा यू ट्रेवल फ्रॉम दिल्ली टू भोपाल फॉर एसएसबी, टेल मी 3 important railway stations which you have encountered in between. Brother, I'm telling you 50 to 60% candidates reply, sir, I took a night train, so I didn't get up in the night and don't know what stations came in between.
Okay.
When I went for my SSB in 1984, Simrat, probably you will not believe, we were asked, ki, okay, you have traveled by train. Can you tell me the coach number that you have traveled in?
My God.
Probably, since I will not say, I should not comment like this, but even if I told him 84029, because at that time only 5 digits were there for the coach number, you tell him anything, but at least you could answer. So this is what, till the time you don't observe what is happening. Like say, for example, I'll give you, I'm staying in a colony, and if I find that there is a car which has been parked for last 2 hours and it doesn't belong to my society, obviously I'll have to go ask God. This is what is observation. Till the time if you don't observe what is happening around you, your imagination will never improve. And imagination is again what you have experienced in your past. From there it comes.
Great.
So 2 different questions, 2 different answers.
Thank you so much. And on that note, I think we have discussed TAT in detail. Sir, जाने से पहले, I would just request you, if someone wants to contact you or get under your guidance program, so what is the procedure?
There are we have a website called JC SSB PAATHSHALA.Co.in, and there is a phone number 6261 929260, and we have a 10 days coaching program, full-fledged GTO ground, full-fledged. Everything is available in 10,000 square feet, and accommodation facility is available. And the interviewing officer I have is Major General P.N. Tripathi, who had been president of 19 SSB Allahabad, and as a brigadier. Thereafter, he became he got promoted Major General. He was commandant of Selection Center East Allahabad, and Captain Joseph retired from Indian Navy. He had been deputy president of 12 board and 33 board Bhopal. I am there, of course, as a psychologist, and my GTO is Lieutenant Commander Yashwant Charan, who also has an experience of almost about 6 years as a GTO, and he was a commissioning GTO of NSB Kolkata. And of course, he was before retirement, he was a GTO in 33 SSB Bhopal. That's a brief introduction to my team. And my next batch is starting on 18th of May. In the month of June, I have batches on 1st, 11th, and 21st of June. So the boys and girls are most welcome. Good accommodation, good coaching, and in brief, if I have to tell you about the psych procedure in those 10 days, emphasis is on stage 1 because generally about 60% population goes out on the stage 1 day. So every day 2 OIR and 2 PPDT practices. Psychology, every day half test, written half test, immediate feedback, 2 full psychological tests with debrief, 2 interviews for each candidate. Not 1, 2 interviews for each candidate, and with individual feedback. And of course, my Commander Charan is a young, energetic GTO. He takes them to the ground at least 5 times, 4 to 5 times.
Okay.
And summers is, of course, we are restricted. We have to take them slightly early, but winters, we'll see. Evening also, he can take them.
Great.
So that's brief
Uh,
about the academy.
guys, and the number would be in description. You
I'll send
can
you.
check that out. And we wish you all the best, sir, for your venture. And uske alawa, I'm sure candidates will benefit a lot from this video. And thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Simrat. Have a nice day. Thank you. And all the best to the boys and girls who are who are likely to appear in SSB in future. Thank you.
Will Great. Thank you, sir.